All right, and we're live. Excellent. Hello, y'all. I am so excited for today's lesson because there's a lot to cover. And I want to start by saying, for those of you who are healers and are spiritual entrepreneurs, if you've been posting content and somehow your message and creative flow still feels very scattered, then this is for you. In just a second, I'm going to share why this is happening and exactly how to fix it. But if we haven't met yet, I'm Jessa, and I've been teaching healers since 2018 how to make fuck you money online. At this point in my career, I've served over 400 happy students. And most of those students, when we start working together, tell me that their content and the process that they have around it sounds a little bit like this. I just hit record when spirit calls, or I get channeled messages and turn them into content, or something like, I spend time planning and preparing content, but it's mostly text posts or repurposed quotes from other people, or I really like making pretty graphics, but very little face to camera talking videos. And here's why that doesn't work. It leaves your followers feeling confused because they don't know what to expect from you, and that leaves them in the friend zone. Number two is that it does not clarify that you are actively open for business and currently accepting clients. And the third reason is that it does not position you as the known expert or a go-to authority. You're sharing other people's things, other people's messages, other people's content. Text posts are not the best way to connect with your people. Now, they can be, and they can be a part of your content strategy, but overall, that is not what's going to position you as the authority. And in today's economy of creating content and the ecosystem that we're in today, it's going to be so important that you show up on video. And in order to make consistent sales online, you need a very clear and consistent message that attracts your soul clients and positions you as the go-to expert. They need to land on your profile and think, you know what? This is exactly who I've been looking for. Because it takes an average of about 7 touch points now for someone to make a buying decision. That means that they need to hear and see your message in multiple formats for it to fully land. Also, everyone has a different learning style and different learning preferences. So you may find that as you implement what I'm teaching you today, that your people really enjoy reading content or B-rolls, totally different than what you're used to creating or what you're used to sharing. For example, I know like I love creating reels. I have a lot of fun creating B-roll reels, but what's performing best for me right now today is still images, like throwbacks. I mean, when's the last time anyone told you to create a still image? So this is why it's important to diversify your content and switch things up so that your analytics and your numbers will show you this is what my people want. I'm going to double down on this. Also, nobody talks about this. Your people might have content fatigue, not only from your content, from everyone right now is posting reels. And you might have kind of gotten stuck in a rut posting the same stuff all the time. So let them co-create with you and use that feedback from this flow that I'm going to teach you today to improve. So here's what you do. The very first thing is you're going to take one talking head reel that you already have. You can go back in the archives, you can use a TikTok, but use one of your face to video pieces of content, and you're going to transcribe that piece of content. Now, you want this piece of content to be 90 seconds or less. You don't want it to be too long. Something that was punchy, a good sign bit, maybe a bit of motivation to move your people forward in the sales process. But you don't want it to be like a big long piece of content. You just want something short and sweet here. You're going to take that link and you're going to drop it into a transcription site. Now, I've tried multiple ways to do this. You can do voice to text, you can use GPT to transcribe. It won't take a link, but it will, like if you hold, the video and play the video, it'll transcribe it that way. But the best free app and website to do this on is called gettranscribe.ai. Again, I've tested a bunch of them, so you don't have to. That's the best one, and it's free to use. So you'll literally just copy and paste the link, drop it in there, and it will transcribe it for you. Now, the second thing that you're going to do is have chat use that transcription to draft 6 more pieces of content. So you can also use Gemini for this, but I typically lean towards ChatGPT. Whatever tool you're using, doesn't matter, but you can use that tool to help you draft 6 more pieces of content. So those 6 pieces of content are going to be number 1, an email. Number 2, a carousel. Number 3, a thread, which these two can actually double as one. You can make one and just repurpose it into another. Number 4 is an IG stories post, and I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of what that needs to look like in a second. Number 5, a still image post where you like post a picture of yourself and then just put the long caption underneath, which will be your transcription. And then number 6 is going to be one B-roll clip. So that's a clip like you could be working out, you could be meditating, you could be a clip of you journaling, stretching in the morning. And again, I have 2 options for you to use this, and we'll get to that in a second. So again, one talking head reel or TikTok. You take that link, you put it in gettranscribe.ai. You want it to be less than 90 seconds. Step 2 is to take that transcription, put it in chat, and have chat draft an email, a carousel, a thread, a story, a still image, and not the image itself, just the caption. Let me clarify. And then one B-roll as well. Now, the thing about the story is that stories are real funky right now. Posting more stories is the Instagram CEO has said like less is more. So it's important that when you post a story, it packs a punch. People are using what's called, and what's working is what's called the STD formula. It's ridiculous, but that's what it is. So STD, single image. S is for single image. T is for text, heavy text, long text. Okay. 3 to 5 sentences. So people have to hold it, stop, and read it. And then the D is for DM. So the call to action on that will be to DM you for the link to your freebie, to your low ticket offer, to, jump on your wait list, whatever that thing is. Okay. So that's the thing you need to know about the story is it's not a story series where before it used to be like, you want 7 slides or 4 slides. No. Right now, STD is the formula. That'll boost your stories. Give it time. Don't post a bunch back to back. So let your feed refresh 24 hours and then post this. Now, for the B-roll, okay? The B-roll can be a voiceover B-roll where you're, doing a voiceover. You can also take the audio from the talking head reel and use the audio from that and put it on your B-roll reel. So once again, you have the audio from the initial reel that you transcribed, and you put that audio on a B-roll clip of you, again, journaling, meditating, working out, whatever the thing may be. And then you have your caption underneath. And your caption should be, if you've been following along in this series, your caption should be a simple call to action that gets people to comment so that they can get a DM from you. Now, my favorite style of B-roll is to put like a clip of me doing something, trending audio, hook on the screen, and then hook in the caption where it like guides them to like read more here. And then you'll take the transcription and you'll put the transcription, what you transcribed from the first video, and put that in the caption with your call to action. Now, there's some really important pieces to this. So stick with me because you don't want to miss these nuggets. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. The prompt that you use is going to be once you have your transcription, you'll enter into chat. Please use the following transcription to draft one email, period, send. You do not want to do them all at once. You can ask ChatGPT to do all of these all at one time, but you are not going to get the best results. I have tested it. It gives you trash. The quality is so much better when you do it one at a time. So you'll say, okay, one email, one carousel, one thread, one story. And mind you, some of these you can repurpose. Like you'll be like, oh, I could just take this. What it gave me for the thread, I can just take this and put it on the story. Or what it gave me for the still image, I could just put this on the story or the B-roll. Like there will be multiple pieces of this that you'll be repurposing. You don't have to, you might not have to go step by step by step. The point is to create less so that it's all super concise and tied together, and your messaging is really consistent and not all over the place. Because once again, people need to hear things in different formats. They need to hear it multiple times, right? I may have come across your reel about it, and then my kid's calling me having a bathroom emergency, so I had to put my phone down. And then next thing you know, next time I pick up your phone, I see your carousel about it. And now I have a minute to go through and see what you were saying before. You see what I'm saying? It gives people the opportunity to really get familiar with your work, your messaging, your style, your expertise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So don't do them all at once. Do give chat the opportunity to draft them one at a time. All right? Don't just copy and paste what chat gives you. This is where people go wrong and where their content ends up sounding like ChatGPT trash. You need to take 30 seconds or so to make sure that it really reads and sounds like you. I like to read them out loud because if it's funky being read out loud and it doesn't feel right and I feel it like in my throat chakra, I'm going to rework it a little bit. Just take that extra moment to give it the human touch and you also can give ChatGPT that feedback and say like, I don't sound like this, do it like this going forward, and it will learn with you over time. All right. Now, every piece of content that you create from this should follow this formula, this format in some sequence. Here we go. Hook, body, keyword, call to action that leads to a freebie or a low ticket offer. Here's what I mean by that. So for your email, all right, here's an example. I'm going to use this lesson as an example. Why your followers need to see your message 6 times. Okay. Subject, hook, body, all the content that we're talking about today, summarized. Call to action. Hey, if you enjoyed this and you want the guide so that you have a checklist the next time you do this, comment checklist and I'll send it your way. Hook, body, keyword, call to action, right? And I've been talking freebies are dead. We're not going to get into that right now. That'll be a lesson for another time. So if you're not following along, make sure you are so you can grab that when it comes. But you want to make sure that you have these 3 key pieces in every single piece of content. So for your carousel, same thing. Hook on the first slide. Then you have the body, you lay it out. Then the keyword call to action, you want them to drop a keyword. In the comments, you comment back, you send them the link to the thing, whether it be a freebie or a low ticket. It starts a conversation, and then you can go into the connect phase of my framework. Now, here's another tip for you as you're using this formula and this format to roll out your content. You want to schedule it and forget it. Like, I like to schedule content. I prep my content once a month. I record my content once a month. And then I schedule my content once a month. So that's 3 days a month. So that the rest of the almost 30 days, I'm connecting with my people, I'm serving clients. I'm not worried about content. You can schedule it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And a lot of you will ask me, well, Jessa, what time do I schedule my content for? Should it be 3 p.m.? Should it be? Anyone who's telling you, I'm going to tell you right now, anyone who's telling you a specific time to post your content is a scammer. They're finessing you because your analytics will tell you what time it's best to post for you. Everyone, every business, everybody, it's it's different for everyone. So you need to go into your insights and your analytics and look and see what time your people are online. And then I post about 5 to 10 minutes before that peak time. And it may be like a very slight curve. Like I know for me, it's like, it's all kind of close together, but the highest of the high, my people are online around 3 p.m. my time, Eastern time. So I post about 2:50, 2:55 p.m. right before. So when they're signing on, they're like, oh, look, Jess is online. She just posted. Okay. Use your analytics and schedule, schedule, schedule. Now, uh-oh, here we go. Okay. My screen timed out for a second, but we're back. So use your analytics, schedule weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, whatever flow works for you. Again, my the way my energy cycles is typically on a monthly basis, so that's when I do it. And don't think that you have to manually post. A lot of you guys are burning out because you're manually posting and you have a time of day and you're like, oh, it's better results. No. Hmm. It's a fast track to burnout. Don't manually post it. Okay. Schedule it, let it ride, and use repurpose.io to cross post your scheduled videos. So I'm sure you all have seen me across Facebook, across Instagram, across YouTube, all the things. I'm everywhere right now. Yay, you sick of me yet? Never, babes. And that's because I use automation on the back end and my systems to support my feminine creativity, right? So I can show up here and create one piece of content and then I repurpose it and it goes all over the place. So you can schedule on Instagram and repurpose.io. You connect your different accounts. For me, I schedule to Instagram and then it posts to Facebook, to TikTok, to YouTube, and to Threads. So I post once, one time, and I'm seen across 5 different platforms. Less but better. This is what I'm talking about. Now, one of the most important things I want to remind you guys of is that AI is not here to replace you, your creativity, your intuition. It's here to multiply your magic. Okay. It's here to take the juicy, yummy, creative wisdom that you have to share and that only you can share and take it to the next level. I want you to think of AI as your virtual assistant. Would you have your virtual assistant writing your content for you in full? No. You might have them take some things and transcribe and, start to prepare, but you would go in and do the final draft and then have them schedule it and run it, right? Yeah. It helps with structure, not with the spiritual, soulful side of things. That needs to come from within. So you're going to bring the energy, the vibes, the creativity, the flow, and your AI is going to step in and help with the efficiency. All right. So my flow typically sounds like this. I prepare my notes, write a couple things down, a few bullet points, make sure I want to touch on those. I record one long form video as you're watching now. I'll take that, I'll break it up into 4 different pieces of content, reels, 90 seconds tops, 60 to 90 seconds. I'll make 4 of those. That piece of content, one of these reels, will get transcribed, Remember the website I mentioned earlier? GetTranscribe.ai will be the tool you'll use. You'll transcribe it, and then that transcription you put into chat, and you have that transcription repurposed into an email, into a story, into a carousel, into an image post, a B-roll, and a thread. So this is from one piece of content, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you do this 4 times, right? So this is what, a 20-minute video that I'm recording? I'm sure I'm going to get 4 nuggets out of this video, at least, maybe more. 4 times 7, what's that? 28? 28 pieces of content. That's my month's worth of content right there from one long form video. And then you see the message again and again and again. And you get to know that person, their expertise, your people will get to know you and understand what it is that you're about. No more guesswork. Okay? I'm checking for questions here. Let's see. Does it matter what the format is? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Cynthia. Which part? I'll wait for you to answer. Okay. Cynthia, okay, I understand now. So it doesn't matter where you post this really. And this is from a previous lesson that you might have missed, but the 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 point is you need video content. It can be horizontal or vertical. I prefer both and leaning towards the horizontal because horizontal can turn into vertical content and not the other way around. Meaning like the wide YouTube format, right? Because then you can take, like right now, you see me centered. I can crop this and just, it'll be my face and that'll be vertical content. Great question. Yeah. So the format, ideally horizontal or both, not just vertical though. I would say that. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this, there'll be a resource that you can use as you work with it. If you need that, raise your hand and let me know. Otherwise, happy Halloween, witches. Love yous.